How do you guys feel? 103. No
Sure.
sides.
I'm here for a good time, not a long time. You know why? Uh,
So we got Austin back. Austin's back here with us. We got Nolan. We got Bahuki. I'm here. We got Maui back here. Maui's back. Stephon Diggs is back at OTAs. But we do have some potential holdouts. That's what we're going to start the show with. Are some people aren't really happy about their contract, who aren't at voluntary OTAs, and who have kind of made a little bit of a stink about their contracts. So Bahuki, let's kind of swing it to you first. One of your players is on this list, James Cook. What's the panic meter at? Are you are you fired up?
I'm not worried. Maybe I should be. I don't feel like he really has that much of a leg to stand on in terms of like holding out and like what his kind of ammo is, or leverage would probably be a better term. He's given us like 1.5 good years. I would say he's broken 1,000 yards last 2 years on the ground. He did lead the NFL in rushing touchdowns last year with 16. So he's definitely earned some, but I don't know. I feel like $15 million, which he's asking for, that's 3 down running back money, and you earn your money as a running back on 3rd down, being able to block and whatnot. And he's a pretty good pass catcher. He's not a great blocker, if I'm just calling it how it is. So there's 2 doors that we walk through. One is this ends up getting settled, and I'd say around like the $10 to $12 million average annual value. I would sign that deal if I was Brandon Beane. If he's not willing,
money, give or take.
yeah, but if he's not willing to budge off of that, I have seen some reports that the Washington Commanders and the Los Angeles Chargers could be potential trade candidates.
Not the Chargers. That would be so yucky for fantasy. Nobody would like that. Don't
Yeah,
do
because
that.
with them drafting Omarion Hampton, it looks like Najee's days are already numbered.
But
Honestly,
they're not. He's literally never missed a game in his career. He's gonna be there. He's gonna get touches. Like, it's gonna be annoying. But they got James Cook over there. That would make me sick. Washington's all right. You're kind of replacing Austin Eckler with that sort of like with James Cook, and like Brian Robinson is a good player, but he kind of is what he is. Like, I don't know if we're gonna
he
get.
would be a huge upgrade over Brian Robinson.
Yeah, like
that would turn, and I think that's the most attractive trade candidate for the Bills. I think you send him over to the Chargers, then maybe secondhand makes Kansas City's life a little bit more difficult.
Mhm.
But I think you'd ideally want to send this guy out of the conference would be better. And if you had James Cook's skill set to what everything else that is, no pun intended, cooking in Washington, that's like a bona fide Super Bowl contender.
What about Minnesota? Go back to where his brother played.
That would be something.
That could
We
be
already, we've done deals with Minnesota in the past. And yeah, I think that if you're gonna make this kind of a trade, this is the time to do it. There was I was kind of in the school of thought of maybe trying to offload him before the draft, but you usually get better quality capital for guys when you trade them for picks for the following year. People don't usually want to deal picks like right before the draft because people have already spent so much time on their board, and they're mentally invested in this as well as like being physically invested in it because like they've already, there's that sunk value kind of deal, and that people want to make their picks soon. But I don't know what his value would be. They were talking about him being like a 3rd round value going into last draft, so maybe 2nd or 3rd if we're looking a year ahead. And then that would mean that it would be Andre Davis, who I like.
I have so much Ray Davis in my leagues.
Same. Selfishly, I think Ray Davis is capable. I don't know if he has like the breakaway speed that James Cook has, but he's going to be a reliable running back, and he does have some more of those 3rd down traits. He's a better blocker for sure. Yeah, that's kind of my main synopsis. I'll let someone else go on.
Austin, Nolan, do you guys have any thoughts on the James Cook situation, or would you want to move into the next?
I mean, I can kind of speak from both spectrums of the AFC and the NFC here. For the AFC, I do agree with Blake. I think it would be kind of malpractice to keep him in your conference if you are going to move on from him. If you know that he's at this level and that he has some kind of leverage to talk about a big-time deal, then yeah, I definitely think you should move him out of your conference. You do not want revenge games or anything like that. You do not want to have that worry in the back of your mind. Not that the Chargers are going to be a worry for the Buffalo Bills anytime soon, but if that was the case, they don't necessarily want that there. From the NFC's perspective, please God, don't send him to Washington.
If anything, you should want him to go to Dallas. No, like you should want him.
No, yeah, and that's where I was going with this. Don't send him there. Send him to Dallas. I mean,
I want
they
him.
got a running back room full of guys that I don't think should be RB1. They have a couple rookies that can be developed further down the road. But if you're talking right now, I think a baller move would be to go out and trade some picks and some guys for someone like James Cook if you can make the money work. If you can do that, I mean, you get basically 2016 Ezekiel Elliott back into the mix, but faster and a better passing game type running back. I think that would be perfect. Don't send him to Washington. That would be hell, man. But I would take him in Dallas for sure.
It's cap on Zeke. Sorry, Zeke was a top 5 pick. Don't do that to Zeke. He was beast mode before he went to where'd he go?
He was
where'd he go on his contract? He went to like but when it was like out in Cuba, it wasn't Cuba. Whatever. When he came back, he wasn't the same. But before that, that man was crazy.
Oh yeah, he's winning rushing titles. It seemed like every other year. So, I mean, yeah, I get it. But I think if you look at it from Dallas's perspective, where James Cook is right now, you'd be getting that quality of a running back in some way if you were to make a move. So, in the NFC's perspective, keep him out of the East. But, I mean, I love that you brought up Minnesota. I think that would be interesting. They did pay Aaron Jones to a long-term deal. They keep him in town, but I mean, is Aaron Jones a good first or third down running back nowadays?
He quietly had his most touches last year in his career. Not
like
nobody's gonna like notice that, but he did. Like,
yeah, and that's great. But I mean, if you bring in James Cook, then you have an even better running back room, and you cut right into that. So
how would they make that work with Micah Parsons, who's also on our list here?
Yeah, well, Austin, did you have anything to say about the James Cook move?
No, I pretty much agree with you all. I'm in the same mindset of like, if you can get him to settle for 10 to 12, I think that's a good landing spot with him. But I'm of the mindset, I don't know about you all, but I think running backs are interchangeable. Like, I think if you have a good line that you can pretty much plug and play what running backs you want.